What's up? My name is Divested Puppet, and I'm going to talk about Jodie Turner divorcing her liberal white husband, Joshua Jackson. And really, nobody should be surprised here, okay? Because I've already warned you, black women, to stay far away from liberal white men.
So Jodie Turner Smith is pulling the plug on her marriage. She filed for divorce from Joshua Jackson. She filed irreconcilable differences. She's going for joint custody of their 3-year-old. There's no prenup in place, but she's got Laura Wasser on her team, which is always an indication that you've lawyered up and you've got the best in the business. So
they got involved like super quick. They met, and I think a couple months later they were engaged.
yeah, it was fast tracked.
I think that's a mistake.
You darn tootin' is a mistake to rush into marriage, okay? And I don't know why so many of these raggedy sugar roach dating coaches want to tell black women they need to be married under 6 months. Ain't no way you gonna know someone in 6 months, okay? And the only thing rushing into marriage is gonna do is rush you into heartbreak when you find out that your new husband is a serial killer or worse, a whole undercover booty bandit.
Sparks reportedly first flew between the two at Usher's 40th birthday party back in October 2018. Earlier this year, Joshua told Access that he didn't know at first sight that she'd be his future wife.
Of course he didn't view her as a future wife because he never wanted to get married to begin with and has made himself clear several times that he never wanted to get married to any women that he was with, okay? Look at what he did to his ex-girlfriend. Strung her along for 10 years and didn't even ask for her hand in marriage. She got fed up, cheated on his ass, and dumped him. And so he moved on to the next Becky, and he didn't make her a wife either, okay? So when these men are telling you, I don't want to settle down, I don't want labels, I don't want to get married, run for the hills, okay?
But the connection was instant.
How did you know that she was the one? It was the right time. You're ready to get married.
Mary, sir, do you have problems understanding the question? What made you think that she was the one? I don't know. Wait, with the married? What?
Married.
Okay? That has been a red flag right there, okay? Quite obvious that white man don't want your ass, okay? You sitting out here struggling to figure out why he even got with your ass started. Talking about, I don't, married, huh?
The first thing that popped into my mind was not marriage.
Okay.
That was not the first place that my mind went.
Not usually with men, though.
That is no compliment. That is no flex, okay? Especially when you're sitting here saying that, oh, well, I never viewed her as a wife. I never viewed her as a future partner, but she was good enough to sleep with. That's no flex. That is no compliment, okay? Sitting up in here telling a reporter, we just was doing the casual thing and stuff like that. Okay, and you can casually walk your ass out that door because I'm not interested in white men who want something casual, okay? Especially if I'm giving you all the benefits of a girlfriend and a wife and you sitting up here talking about, I want something casual. Okay, then walk your casual ass on somewhere else.
While things started out casual between Joshua and Jodie, it quickly turned into a whirlwind romance. And months later, Jodie popped the question. During a Tonight Show interview years later, Joshua recalled how the romantic moment went down.
Romantic moment? What's romantic about a black woman being so thirsty and desperate for a white man that she gonna get on bended knee and ask for his hand in marriage like he the whole bitch in the relationship, okay? Ain't nothing romantic about being thirsty and desperate.
She asked you? She asked me, yeah. On New Year's Eve, we were in Nicaragua. It was very beautiful, incredibly romantic. We're walking down the beach, and she asked me to marry her.
She just said, will you? Wow. Did you know that it was going to happen?
I did not know, but she was quite adamant, and she was right.
And it's quite obvious to me that she was adamant about making dark-skinned black women look thirsty and desperate, okay? When I found out that she was the one that got on bended knee and asked for his hand in marriage, I was just absolutely disgusted like other black women were. Like, pretty much I'm like, girl, like you made every dark-skinned black woman look thirsty, look desperate, like we're undesirable, like we gotta beg and plead men to be with us. You had all these liberals patting her on the back going, you go, girl, you're a strong black woman, okay? That ain't no flex. That ain't no compliment to us. We already face the stereotypes that we are too masculine and nobody wants us and dark-skinned women are undesirable. And you mammies think this kind of behavior is going to further make you look desirable? No, it makes you look pathetic and it makes you look desperate, okay? Getting on bended knee and begging and pleading a man to marry you is very typical amongst these Blackistani mammies. This is not typical amongst divestors.
They went on to get married in August 2019. but they kept news of their engagement and nuptials under wraps. In fact, it was only in November 2019 that marriage rumors first started swirling, when the pair made their red carpet debut as a couple at the premiere of Queen and Slim, Jodie's breakout film. She noticeably wore a diamond on her left-hand ring finger, while Joshua wore a 3-band gold ring on his.
Did you buy your own wedding ring, dude? Okay, I guarantee you probably did. We already know that's what these men be doing. Talking about, I'm married, okay? Got you a Dusty from the bus stop, and now all of a sudden you married, you got the ring, the dress on and shit, dragging his ass down to the courthouse. Y'all mamies are desperate. It's embarrassing.
The following month, news finally broke that the pair had indeed secretly tied the knot, and the happy news just kept coming. As weeks later, it was revealed that the two were expecting their first child. In 2023, Jodie reflected on their decision to keep things to themselves at the time, telling People magazine, "I fell in love right before I started this movie, Queen and Slim. That would basically change my life. And then by the time I was putting this movie out, I was pregnant. I was secretly married. And I was trying to have one moment and not let the other moment overshadow it, which is why I tried to keep it secret."
I'm not buying at all the reasoning behind why they kept their marriage a secret, because most people, when they get married, they want to share the news with anybody that will listen. Hey, I'm married, oh, congratulations. Okay, that is happy news. Most people can't wait to share the news that they're married. So the fact that they're keeping their marriage a secret and all this stuff like that shows me that they were not ready to reveal how they came about being married. It's almost like they knew, once it gets out that she was the one that proposed to him, that's going to make her look desperate, and it's going to make him look like a beta male liberal bitch, okay?
Joshua Jackson and Jodie Turner-Smith were an interesting match from the start. And as their relationship progressed, the red flags started busting us upside the head. With the recent news that Jodie has filed for divorce from the former Dawson's Creek actor, we can't even say we're surprised. This relationship appeared to be doomed from the start, honey.
Of course their relationship was doomed from the start. The moment she started not having any self-esteem about herself and deciding to put a feminine liberal white man on a pedestal by getting on bended knee and asking for his hand in marriage as if he's the bitch.
This story starts back in June 2018 when Joshua and Jodie were at the same party.
They met at a usher party. That should have been a red flag right there, okay? If I met a man at a usher party, I'd be like, what your ass doing here? I don't need booty bangers, all right? That's why you singing, let him burn, yeah, okay.
Jodie was wearing a shirt with a bold statement on it, and Joshua told Mr. Porter website he yelled across the room to make a comment about her shirt. He said it wasn't his smoothest move, but that's all it took for Jodie to take notice. That was easy. Jodie told W Magazine that Joshua's character Pacey on Dawson's Creek was her first crush. So she recognized him right away and said to herself, I want that. Go on, girl.
Yep, go on, girl. Go on, get you some therapy because you're going to need it after dealing with this liberal Brad.
She still wasn't too impressed by the way he hollered at her from across the room. But after he followed her around the party the entire time, Jodie decided to end the night by riding his baloney pony off into the sunset. Yeah.
So you tell me she was on the baloney pony on the first night? And they sitting online trying to make it look like this woman was playing hard to get. Yeah, right, okay? All he had to say is, I like your t-shirt, and you was already on the D. Girl, bye. We already know what y'all doing in Hollywood, okay? That's why they met at a usher party, because they're a bunch of sexual freaks.
Because he had ended his 10-year relationship with Diane Kruger 2 years prior, Joshua wasn't ready for anything serious, but he got caught up in the rapture of love.
Quite obvious that the white man got her ass caught up. Because as soon as she got a D, she done lost her damn mind.
On Thanksgiving 2018, he told Jodie he loved her for the very first time. Aww. During a New Year's Eve vacation in Nicaragua, they were walking on the beach when Jodie asked Joshua to marry her. Now say what now?
I don't care how pretty her ass is. She making all dark-skinned women look bad, okay? Sitting over here getting on bended knee like you a man. Girl, get up off that ground and dust them knees off, okay? I'm so sick of you mammies. Literally giving me secondhand embarrassment, okay? I'm a dark chocolate, melanated black woman. I don't need to beg no white man to be with me, girl.
More and more women in heterosexual relationships are actually bucking tradition by getting down on one knee to propose to their partners. These women done lost their mind.
Yep, and we're seeing more and more of you desperate mammies. Marriage proposals getting rejected on TikTok too, so there must be a correlation there.
All right, turn it back on.
He said yes.
Man, tell him he's back home.
However, this is something that is still extremely rare. According to an article by The Atlantic, among heterosexual couples, 97% of grooms reported they were the ones who did the proposing.
Is that why you raggedy ass mammies accuse me of buying my own ring because that's what y'all doing? Don't be mad at me because my Brad asked for my hand in marriage during a romantic dinner date, and you sitting up here at a bowling alley on a dirty floor asking your black king to marry you, and he still ain't marry your ass.
Jodie surprised Joshua by asking him to be her groom. He was a bit taken aback.
Did you know that it was going to happen?
I did not know, but she was quite adamant and she was right. This is the best choice I ever made.
Okay. Pressuring someone to tie the knot rarely ends well, and if you're on the receiving end of someone's demand, well, that's not a good feeling either. According to allwomenstalk.com, both partners have to be 100% into the idea, because agreeing to get married for any other reason can cause resentment and an unhappy marriage.
I don't care how beautiful Jodie is, it has to be detrimental to her self-worth and her self-esteem, knowing that everyone's looking at her like she's desperate, that her good looks and just being who she was still wasn't good enough for this man to propose to her on his own. When a man wants you, he's going to pursue you. If a man wants to marry you and make you his wife, he is going to get on bended knee. He is going to buy that ring. He is going to set a date. You're not going to do any of those things if a man really wants to be with you. So I don't care if Jodie is the most beautiful woman in the world. The fact that she's groveling and begging this non-black man to be with her has to be detrimental to her self-worth and her self-esteem. So you can most certainly believe that she was resentful. Once she got him, she's like, okay, I got him. But look at all the backlash I'm facing. I got the whole world looking at me like I'm an undesirable, dark-skinned black woman who had to beg and plead for a white man to want me. That has to wear on a black woman's self-esteem, especially if you are one of the caliber of a Jodie. You would think that a woman like her don't have to get on bended knee and have to beg or plead any man to be with her. But she did it, okay? And obviously, it caused problems in her relationship because she could never feel like she was truly desired. Because if a man wants you, he is going to pursue you first. He is going to call you first. He is going to ask you out on a date first. He is going to ask you to be his girlfriend first. He's going to ask you to be his fiance first, and he's going to ask you to be his wife first if he wants you. You're not doing any of those things. That is why I laugh at these goofy-ass nakers sitting online referring to her as a divested black woman simply because she's with a white man. Nope, I don't think so.
But either way, Joshua accepted the Queen and Slim star's proposal. Something still didn't feel quite right, though. So Joshua insisted that he be given the opportunity to ask Jodie's biological father and her stepfather for her hand in marriage. That's right, Joshua. He also told her, I would like the opportunity to re-propose to you and do it the old-fashioned way, down on bended knee. No, that's right. When news broke that Jodie proposed to Joshua, Joshua told Refinery29 website that Jodie received so much hate from online trolls. He said, good God, you cannot believe the things people were leaving my wife on Instagram. She did it. I said yes, we're happy. That's it. That's all you need to know. Okay, Pacey, chill out. Joshua went on to explain that he never wanted to get married, and he never felt he was ready to be someone's husband. But after meeting Jodie, it just felt like the right time, and she was the right person. Now hold up now. Was he just settling for our girl Jodie since he was getting old and washed up? Or was he really in love with her?
The only reason why he decided that he wanted to be the one to propose to her is because his ass got dragged online, okay? I don't know why these liberal white men think they're going to be masquerading and cosplaying as conservatives. You are not going to convince us that you a conservative white man now, okay? No, you didn't want to marry her, and you was going to string her along, just like you did your other Beckys. And no, she fell in love with the D and decided to go and propose to you. You should have rejected that marriage proposal and told her, you know what? I'm going to marry you on my own terms because I'm a real man. I'm a real man. That's what you're supposed to do, okay? Not take the marriage proposal and act like that's supposed to be a victory for black women now. No, that ain't no victory for us. That's why we don't like your ass.
And what was it about Joshua that made Jodie so crazy about him? Well, she told Forbes magazine that she loved how loved and supported she felt by him. She added, "I had never been with anyone who I thought was wanting to lift me up the way that I felt that he was lifting me up." Okay, girl. On June 11th, 2019, they celebrated Joshua's 41st birthday at a restaurant. 2 days later, Joshua was photographed tonguing down a mystery woman at an LAX parking lot. Oh, hell no. He need his ass beat. Joshua and Jodie never addressed the situation, and they moved on from the scandal expeditiously.
So after this liberal mammy decided to get on bended knee and beg and plead for this liberal Brad to marry her, will you marry me? Here he go get photographed flying a mysterious woman out, and here he go making out and kissing with her and got busted, okay? When these men tell you they want something casual, what they're really telling you is that you will never be enough for them. They will always want to sleep with other women. They will always want to be with other women, and they don't want to commit with you, to you. So take heed, okay? Look at him, kissing this woman the way my husband kisses me. It's obvious that he's been intimate with this woman. And you think that a woman as beautiful as Jodie, as wealthy as Jodie, as smart as Jodie, would have looked at this and went, you know what? Let me back out of this. I rushed into this. I don't need to marry this man. I just need to back out right now, okay? But nope. Instead, she went right ahead after these photos went viral, and she still went ahead and married this man.
2 months later, they were spotted outside a Beverly Hills courthouse to obtain a marriage license. When the photos made their way on the internet, Jodie told People magazine there was a wave of people who were upset about her marrying a white man. She added, "In America, interracial dating or marriage is not something that is as accepted. Certain people feel strongly against it in both communities. I felt it from the Black community."
As a black woman who is married to a white man myself, yes, this is an actual photo of me and my husband, I can tell you that 99.9% of the negative, disrespectful, and harassing messages that me and my husband receive online comes from the black community. It does not come from the white community, okay? I don't get disrespectful messages from white people. You know who I get disrespectful messages from? These dusty-ass jealous nakers and the mammies who want their asses. So I'm not surprised at all that Jodie went through the same thing.
She wasn't going to let the bitter Bettys get in the way of marrying her king. Without signing a prenup, no prenup, they tied the knot in a private ceremony sometime in December 2019. Jodie's baby bump was poking out by January 2020. She told LUK she always had a lot of resistance to becoming a mother, and she knew that if she ever had children, she wanted to have black babies, so she could affirm them as children with the love that she felt she never received from the outside world.
How many divestors do you know are sitting online saying they want black children and want black babies? 0, okay? That is why you dusty-ass nakers look dumber than a box of bricks, assuming that every black woman who's with a white man is a divestor. No, they are not. Jodie has sat her ass on the internet saying that she wants black babies, okay? Divestors don't want black men. We don't want black babies. Any babies in my tummy are going to come out mixed, okay? And even though that tiny little black baby was cute, I'm not giving birth to them. Alligators are cute when they're babies, too. Look how tiny and cute they are as babies, and then they grow up and try to eat your ass.
So what made her decide to get her swirl on and have a baby with a white man? Well, she told the magazine, "To decide not to have a child with somebody you love just because they're white was insane to me." Now, wait a minute now. Pump the brakes, child. Joshua never had plans to get married, and Jodie never wanted to have children. But if she did, she wanted to have black babies. This sounds like two people who want two completely different things out of life. Sometimes love can override these differences, and it did for a bit for Joshua and Jodie. But we already know how this story is gonna end.
I hope how this ends is that she don't decide to go back to a dusty because her ass got with a liberal white man who treated her like crap, okay? I've been with liberal white men who have treated me badly. And guess what? I still did not want to go to black males, okay? Instead, I practiced better standards and boundaries when it came to the non-black men I was dealing with, and I got positive results because of it, okay?
They met in June 2018. She proposed 6 months later. They got married a year and a half after they first met, and their daughter was born 4 months after they tied the knot. Joshua and Jodie were on the fast track from being complete strangers to husband and wife and parents. What could possibly go wrong? Shit, everything.
Any dating coach telling you as a woman that you need to quickly get married in 6 months to a man who is a complete stranger, go ahead and grab the circus peanuts and the cotton candy, because you talking to a whole clown, okay? Beep, 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 a clown.
Sometimes these quickie marriages work out. Other times, couples realize they jumped into things too soon. Without properly getting to know each other and without a strong foundation, it's no surprise that they were facing some challenges behind the scenes. In September 2022, an online user noticed Joshua and Jodie had unfollowed each other on Instagram. But since they continued speaking positively about each other in interviews and showed up to red carpet events together, no one really paid their social media antics any mind. And then in December 2022, a source told Radar Online that Joshua and Jodie seemed like the perfect couple, but they were having little disputes that escalated into full-blown arguments. The insider added that they were very different people. Jodie enjoyed going out and socializing with friends, while Joshua was more of an introvert. The insider also stated the dynamic between the couple had changed. Jodie was also receiving harsher criticism from people who despised their interracial relationship. Joshua told Refinery29 website that he couldn't believe the type of ignorant and ugly comments people would leave on Jodie's Instagram account. He added that seeing that kind of hate was a real education for me as a white man.
Girl, I don't care about what these raggedy nakers and mammies think about me being married to a white man, okay? I'm a grown-ass puppet. I do what I want. And here's some tips for black women who are in interracial relationships and you find yourself being harassed online by these dusties. Learn how to use the block button.
Joshua also started to notice some of Jodie's weird kinks. Ooh, child, let me sit down for this. He told Variety magazine that Jodie enjoyed watching his intimate scenes in the movie Fatal Attraction. He added, Jodie kind of enjoys them actually. It's a weird thing where she's like a voyeur, so that works. If that's your thing, excellent. Okay.
The fact that she has no problems watching him do graphic sex scenes with other women tells me right there that the thrill is gone. She don't want his ass no more, okay? Because a woman that wants you, she's most definitely gonna have a problem with you doing sex scenes with other women.
On September 13, 2023, they quietly separated. And then in October 2023, Jodie filed for divorce after nearly 4 years of marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. She's asking for joint custody of their daughter, and she wants the court to waive both of their rights to receive spousal support. The grand opening, grand closing of their relationship isn't too shocking. Looking back at all the red flags that were busting us upside the head.
Breakups happen, but they certainly are not the end of the world, okay? And Jodie will be just fine. Let's just hope that she learned from this relationship and don't repeat the same mistakes that she did the last time, okay? So that's all I gotta say about this. If you liked this video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe for more content below. Have a nice day.